my younger sister wants to get into HR. My elder brother wants to get into HR. My grandmother's uncle's elder cousin wants to get into HR. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a first visitor, I am really delighted that you're here. My name is Emmanuel Faith. I am your favorite HR buddy, and here we talk about HR, career, lifestyle, and we have fun occasionally. Today, I would be talking about something fascinating. All my videos are fascinating anyway. I get a lot of questions, and I've tried to answer these questions, and I even have a course on Seller about it, and I probably have a couple articles on LinkedIn about it too. But in 2025, I said, you know what, I'm going to do like a 10 to 12 minutes explanation about this so that the next time someone asks me or someone sends me a DM to say, oh, my younger sister wants to get into HR. My elder brother wants to get into HR. My grandmother's uncle's elder cousin wants to get into HR. I'm just going to send them this video. Yeah, so today, I'm literally talking about the most basic thing, how to get into HR. It's a very hard topic to talk about because like if you watch my previous video, I probably have talked about how I got into HR was not so conventional, but I'm going to try to talk from an holistic perspective. Yeah, so how to get into HR? The first thing is don't get into HR. We don't want you. That was a joke. I mean, you want to manage people, you know, we don't want you in HR, don't get into HR, but that was a joke. So let's start. The first thing is, why do you want to get into HR? And every time someone comes to my DM to say, oh, I have someone that wants to get HR, I want to get into HR, that's the first task I give them. I ask them, why do they want to get into HR? One, what are the divisions of HR that they are familiar with? Two, which aspect of these divisions are they attracted to? Three, and then who is currently an HR professional that they look up to? Yeah, you can mention my name, you can look up to me, it's not easy, you know. Yeah, so how to get into HR? The first thing is why. What is your why? People say, oh, I want to manage people, I've managed people. Very few people say, I don't like numbers, that is error 404, and I'm going to get there. Some people say, oh, I've worked on people-related projects, so I think HR is for me. Your reasons might be valid, your reasons might not be valid, but the first question is always, what is your why? The second question is, what's your personality telling you? If you watch my videos on how to choose a career path or how to transition into a new career, I think that they would pop up here. You would see that I emphasize a lot on personality, and I always advise that you take a personality test. My favorite personality test is 16 personalities, Premier Briggs. So yeah, take that, and if you see the results, is there anything that looks like psychology, counseling, or HR? When I took mine the first time, I actually saw HR as one of the career opportunities or career fields that I should follow. So what's your personality? Now, what kind of people can go into HR? Number one, obviously, a people manager. I know I make the joke all the time that if you get into HR because you like managing people, I pity you. People will show you shaking like mad. But yeah, people management is actually a crucial part of HR. But when people ask me what is HR, I say HR is managing people and processes to achieve business goal and objective. So that means that while people is an important element of HR, it also means that it's just a fraction. And sometimes, depending on the technicality or the field or the functionality, people management might just be 10% of your role. I'm serious. For instance, if you are a compensation and benefit manager, or if you are a payroll manager, you don't deal with people like you deal with numbers. You probably deal with numbers 8 out of 10 times. The people you're dealing with is probably people in finance and people in accounting. And so if you're getting into HR because you like people or because you don't like numbers, can you see that you make a mistake like this? You see? That's why when people come to me and they say, oh, I like people, I say that's not enough reason, because genuinely, my brothers, sisters, uncles, and aunties, liking people is not enough reason to get into HR. Next, if you manage a lot of projects. So HR is an exciting profession and is continuously expanding. It then means that in HR, sometimes, not actually sometimes, a lot of time, especially in being in lead roles, again, like I said, my HR career is very unconventional, and you can go and watch previous videos on how I got into HR, and then I said my 2 years at career-wise, I talked a lot about what my everyday job looked like. But yeah, if you managed projects, there was one of my mentees who has now left HR for production management, by the way, who was so sure that HR was meant for her because she's managed people-related projects. So yeah, because of how HR is continuously evolving, a huge part of HR involves managing projects. For instance, I can say, let's even be practical. I mean, everybody knows that I'm now with AfriChange. My first 3 months at AfriChange was change management. It meant that I was executing a lot of things from a project POV. For instance, I revamped our core values. So a company has had core values for about 3 years, and I said, do you know what? I do not think these core values reflect who we are as a company. And then I begin stakeholder management. I create a timeline. I design a workshop. I use, things that content marketers and product marketers use. I use Miro, I use Notion, I use all those collaborative tools. And after about 180 minutes to 2 hours of intense workshop, we have a new core values. That's one phase of the project. Next phase, I communicate the core values. I illustrate the core values to the larger team, about 100 people across 10 countries in 6 different continents. Can you see? So that is a project. I can come into a new company. For instance, when I was at Carrywise, I designed our onboarding. I said, do you know what? I do not think that this onboarding is sufficient enough. We need an onboarding that will let people absorb, that will absorb people into the culture from their first week. And so I designed it. So if you're good at managing people-centric projects end to end, yes, you should go into HR. And lastly, this one will shock you. I know that it will shock you. If you like numbers, HR is actually for you. Contrary to what people have said or think, there's a huge part of HR that involves numbers, e.g. people analytics. People analytics is a burgeoning division, right, in HR. So if you like numbers, you could go into people analytics, you could go into payroll management, you could go to compensation and benefit, right? So debunk the idea that HR does not involve numbers. I'm here to debunk that. Now, I spent a lot of time talking about that. So I'm going to talk about how then you do get into HR. 1, internships. Apply for internships. There are a lot of them. Graduate training, undergraduate training, there are abundance of them. I can't start linking links and everything. You need to do the ad hoc yourself. I'm not going to spoon feed you. Yeah, but look for internships. Interestingly, because HR is continuously evolving, and there's also a lot of investment into like a tech ecosystem. I wanted to refer something, but I'm not going to. But yeah, a lot of companies are now opening up training programs and even undergraduate training programs where HR is now a division. Surprisingly, and advantageously, multinationals are also now doing the same. If you go back to one of my old videos, I interviewed Miriam, who went to intern in Bank of America in the HR division and now has a full-time offer from Bank of America. If you're an undergraduate or recent graduate, I think you should watch that. I'm going to link it. Yeah, so there are a lot of opportunities to intern in HR. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, those opportunities exist. Secondly, volunteer. I know we talk about it a lot and you underestimate it, but yeah, volunteer. Reach out to people on LinkedIn, reach out to consultants on LinkedIn, reach out to Kendall Consulting, reach out to HR Madam, reach out to all these big names and say you want to volunteer. 9 out of 10 people will tell you no, but that one might be the one you need. And then the last one, just write certifications. Everybody in Nigeria, as far as the HR industry is concerned, I mean, all industries to be honest, but yeah, HR industry specifically really respect certifications. And luckily for you, the apex certification in Nigeria is CIPM, and you can start writing CIPM even as an undergraduate. So there are like, I think 6, P1, P2, Intermediate 1, Intermediate 2. I can't remember the rest because I started from Intermediate 2. But yeah, as an undergraduate or a recent graduate, you can actually write CIPM. And again, lucky for you, you can actually finish your CIPM in 12 months. So you can say, I want to get to HR in 12 months time, so I'm going to start writing my CIPM now. In my own time, CIPM only happened twice a year. So that means if you miss March, you're going to write till August. But now, I think it happens like 3 or 4 times a year. So yeah, you can get into HR by interning, you can get into HR by volunteering, and you can get into HR by writing professional educations. What other question do you have about HR that I can answer? Off my head, right now I can't think of any, but if any comes to mind, I'll probably record another video or write a LinkedIn post, or who knows, I might just vex and write another ebook on how to get into HR. But very importantly, before I go, number 1, liking people is not enough reason to get into HR, because my brothers and sisters, people will show you shege. Number 2, contrary to what you think, not liking numbers is not a good reason to get into HR because there are a lot of numbers in HR. You are going to design HR budget too. Finance will show you shege if you don't like numbers. Use the free resource. Share with anybody who wants to get into HR, transition into HR. Let them know it was created by Emmanuel Faith, your favorite HR buddy, the baddest HR out there. Till my next video, where I will likely be bringing a guest on board. Like, subscribe. Remember our goal, 50,000 subscribers by 2029. It's a new year to chase our goals. Let's get monetized, guys. Share my videos. Should I kneel down? I'm not going to do that. See you in the next video. Signing out.